About anger. We already know that sin is a violation of the laws of the universe. Restraining sin within yourself is necessary in order not to breed more darkness in the universe. By feeding Satan with your jealousy, sadness, desire for revenge, or other sordid wishes. For you will not only make the light weaker, but will also attract the powers of darkness, and they generously pay their donors with diseases and suffering. All our negative actions, and even thoughts, is a betrayal of the Lord. Think about it next time when, for example, you feel an outburst of anger. It will flare as it usually appears suddenly, and it is very difficult to stop it. And all this happens because an angry man cannot harness the dark side of his nature, and that dark side prevails over him, and it leads him into darkness. For what prevails is created with your hands in the world. By becoming angry, you are contributing to the spread of darkness, and will eventually receive what you deserve for it. Does anger seem to you a natural reaction of the mind to something that has disturbed you? It is not true. Anger is a gift from Satan. Do not let Satan turn you into something resembling himself. Stop the dark impulses within yourself, at least with this awareness, in case you fail to pray at the appropriate time. An enlightened person is always calm if he understands how the mechanisms of the energy in the universe work. Something that has horrified him causes deep pain rather than anger. Anger is a desire to destroy the person who is doing something contrary to your nature. If you think about the light in the world, do not allow yourself to get angry. Do not wish to bring destruction upon the one who has made you angry, insulted, or hurt you. You are the same people and not demons. Here is a parable about it. A wise man said to a fool who wanted to fill his mind with knowledge, "If you were not so fierce, I would put a lot of knowledge in you." "Why does my ferocity stop you?" growled the fool. "The evil that boils in you is Satan's doing," said the wise man. "And if you can accept this truth calmly, then teaching you is possible." The fool attacked the wise man and beat him. The wise man smiled. "I cannot help you in any way, for Satan, raging inside of you, does not want to hear the word of the Lord. Stay a fool, and Satan will be pleased with his servant." The moral of the parable is that the truth comes only into a humble heart, ready to acknowledge God in everything and to hear His word. Aggression, the gift of Satan, makes man blind and deaf, and his soul writhes with hatred. The word of the Lord burns it with a bright and quiet fire, worse than the flames of a volcano. The powerful low vibrations which you radiate attract legions of low-frequency entities like a fire, and it often happens that you become their victims then. Anger is dangerous for both whom it is addressed to and who the source of it is. If you are able to feel angry, you might have noticed some unexplainable weakness that washes over when the anger subsides. It is as if you have pushed a heavy pudding stone, putting all your strength into the thrust. This is the impact the dark powers have made on you when they do not get satisfaction. They have made you weak by taking away your energy, and this is only the weakest manifestation of their impact on you. Anger is that terrible weapon of suicide which Satan has given you. Suicide is not forgiven by heaven, but you carry this psychological tool within yourself, which is invisible, inaudible, intangible, as a way of self-destruction. Harness your lowest impulses, and you will be protected. Swearing also encloses the low vibrations of man. This is how his nature is determined. If swearing is his first reaction to something unexpected and unpleasant, it means that his character abounds in such features, which he must get rid of. People say swearing is a way of being released from something that has fallen on them out of the blue, but it is not true. Swearing does not mean liberation, but rather getting caught in the nets of the dark powers which have been set up to trap you. We deserve unexpected troubles, for it is not the Lord who gives them to us, but those low-frequency entities which we have let come close to us through our vibrations of fear, envy, or hatred. And having fallen into such a trap, we feel an energy blow on the soul, and the first thing we radiate at that moment is what we have in excess. The more there is, the more is manifested. Swearing for the sake of manifesting displeasure with something or someone means that you have a surplus of negative vibrations. You ask how to fight them in yourself. There is only one answer. The more often and deeper you think of the Lord as of the source of goodness, the more sincere you pray for the light to prevail in you, and the more vigilant you are by not allowing such natural emissions of your own low vibrations into the darkness outside, the quicker you will be released from the painful emanations in your soul, the lighter you will become and closer to your Heavenly Father. Here is a parable to ponder over. A wise egg told the man who was going to eat it, "Before eating me, have a look at how peacefully the two dumb substances, yolk and white, coexist in me." "Why do I have to look at them?" the man was surprised. "To understand that two different substances can coexist without fighting each other, the way you are fighting with your wife," said the egg. "Probably we would not be fighting if we were dumb substances," the man sighed. "And to her spiteful words I find equally spiteful responses at once. And here we go again." The moral of the parable is that people need to choose their words carefully, as they may be either the products of mind inspiration, or, on the contrary, dimming of the reason. And that is why words can either make the addressee angry or pleased. Words have the same influence on the brain as the impulse that has generated them. It would have been better if the Lord had not given us the gift of speech, but since it happened, we should at least hold back when we want to bring down a stream of bad words upon another person. Our ardor will pass, but he will suffer painfully as if from an electric shock. One who cannot control the stream of bad words coming out of his mouth does not understand that he is causing great offense to the Lord. For only a constant effort over his character, which is of a dual nature, but is able to brighten up, leads man to a state of divinity. Let us try to harness our anger and refrain from swearing, in order not to cause unnecessary suffering to our Heavenly Father, who loves us.